me ask you first about respect. I think Derrick Morgan is finally getting the respect he deserves as one of the better edge rushers in the league. You read that different places, you hear that. Are you concerned with that at all? Do you hear that kind of talk?
No, because if it was the opposite, then, it's the same thing. I wouldn't be paying attention to that noise, and you don't want to get too high or too low on yourself based on outside noise. And I have my own personal expectations. That's really all that matters to me. That's all. That's all I'm influenced by, and so I don't pay too much attention to any outside noise.
But you've been a really good player for a really long time. It seems
Thank
like
you.
it's about. Well, it seems, I've seen all your games. It seems like it's about time other people notice that. That's got to make you feel good.
I think when you have success as a team, everybody gets noticed. When you're playing on teams that are 2-14, 3-13, we all had talented guys on those teams, but you just don't get the notoriety that a playoff team would get. But I think that comes along with success, and most of what I'm focused on is trying to help the team win. What can I do to better myself, to better our team? Because I've been in the league going on 8 years now and haven't seen a playoff game, and so that's what everybody plays for.
I remember 21-year-old Derrick Morgan. So to see 28-year-old Derrick Morgan, it's very different from the standpoint that you're now a leader, you're now a spokesman on this team. Is that transition a little bit strange for you?
I think if you're in the league as long as I've been, it's almost like a natural transition. You see the young guys come in, some of them make it, some of them don't. But then it's like a natural transition from being a young guy to a middle tier guy to a vet. And so you got to take on those responsibilities. The older you get, the more experience you have, knowing that you have a voice in the team, and you got to be responsible with that platform. So I think it's a natural progression.
Nobody on this team takes better care of themselves than Derrick Morgan. You are health conscious, to say the least. How did that come about?
I gotta give all the credit to my wife. We've been together almost 7 years now. She really opened my eyes to a lot of things, specifically when it comes to eating. She's a cordon bleu certified chef, and she started educating me on how to take care of my body through nutrition.
The diet?
Yeah.
Everybody's talked about the defensive line in this diet. Can you give us a hint what it is?
It's a plant-based diet. I don't like to say vegan. Vegan has a weird stigma attached to it, but we call it plant-based, where you're cutting out basically all meat, all dairy, and we try to take it to the next level with cutting out gluten. So it was it's something I've been doing for about 7 months. Started back in the off season, working with a nutritionist. Really started making it a lifestyle. My wife got on board, and she already knew how to cook. She just had to learn how to cook differently. And so once she got her grasp around that, it was downhill. And so a couple of the guys, they seen that I was doing it, but they had watched some documentaries and did their own research. And my wife was like, "Hey, I can cook. I'm cooking for you. So if your teammates want a meal, let them know." And so a couple of guys got on board, and so we've been doing that since about early August. So it's been working well.
Is it hard to keep your weight up?
No, I'm actually right around what I was last year. You gotta eat more. You gotta be more intentional about eating, more frequently. But I think once you get into a routine, it just becomes, natural. You don't think about it too much. And then, after having my ACL, my rookie year, it really forced me to start taking, my health as more of a priority. Taking care of yourself. And so I think that was just kind of like, that was an outcome of my circumstances and, really my wife.